Hello everyone and welcome back to the late night talk show. This is F1 TS Hub and here is where you can catch all the race reaction and the latest gossip. We've got 6 drivers in with me tonight. We've got Tejwar from the podium tier, Wuma and Cloudy from the pinnacle tier, and then Kian, Odems and Julian from the prestige tier. So welcome very much to you all, and I'm looking forward to finding out exactly how your night went. Tej, we'll start with you. Your first win at F1 TS Hub. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How did it all happen? After that, we saw you had contact, I believe, behind Jorit under the safety car when you slowed down really quickly. You lost a bit of your front wing, didn't you?
Yeah, proved to be a bit of a blessing in disguise. I started 7th. I've never really been a good qualifier, so I picked my way through the start. Probably used a bit of experience there, because I noticed people were getting a bit argy-bargy. Managed to get up to 3rd, put a bit of pressure on Jorit. Safety car came out, he stamped the brakes on like a clever man. I lost my front wing, I was part of it. I pitted straight away, which is very similar to last season when I pitted. I just went super soft to super soft. I was going to try and eke out the super soft to go back onto the ultras, but I thought I'd go on the supers just to make sure I can get home. But the last few laps were stressful.
Good stuff.
To myself.
All right, we'll come back to that. Next up, Wuma, you finally done it, mate. You finally shown that you can have a clean race. And what happens when you do?
Yeah. Wasn't really clean from others around me, but yeah, I had a clean race.
And obviously contrasting emotions from last week, I imagine.
Yeah, well, last week I could have won as well, but of course I just decided to pin it into the back of someone. But this week I just took my time and picked my way through people, so it went well. That one incident between like the front 3 really helped me, because it jumped me in front of the Boogster, who was very fast, and then I just had to get through Matt and Sam, who were running like something like 11 or 10 ballast, which just meant the car spun every time they put the throttle down. So.
Good stuff. And Cloudy Balloons, congratulations. I believe your first podium at F1 TS Hub.
Yep, very happy with that result. To do it at my home race as well is just a fantastic result for the whole team.
Good stuff. All right, we'll come back to how you managed to get the podium in a minute. Kian from the Prestige tier, what did I say to you last week about not giving up?
Well, you told me not to, basically. So it worked out better today, didn't it?
Good stuff. Odems, obviously you were in hospital on Thursday. You're on the podium on Friday. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. During the race, the pain in my lower back and stomach completely went because I was full on sweat mode. So I think that was better than any medicine I've taken. Yeah, great to get back on the podium. It's been a while.
Good stuff. And Julian, we saw on Thursday in the official practice session how well you did around this track. Is Australia a track that you enjoy?
Honestly, not really, but I always give my best, and yeah, I'm kind of satisfied with the podium after the weird incidents which happened to me last week, and yeah, I'm happy with that.
Sorry about that.
All right, Tejwar, your first win at F1 TS Hub. Australia is a track. Obviously, we were talking off air that you seem to have some good results at. What can you do from here? There's obviously, I believe, what, 7 races left in the season. Can you mount a challenge? You've had 5 different winners in the first 5 races in your tier.
It depends on the rest, retirements and things. I think I'm about 30, 35, 36, something like that, points behind, but why not? I know I've got a decent teammate in Spider Altis. I'm sure we can work together, launch a Constructors Challenge, but I think you've got a couple of quick drivers. And I think tonight I mainly won on experience, because I think there's a lot of people who were overdriving, making silly mistakes, and obviously if that happens, I'm more than happy just to pick up the points and take the wins.
I noticed as well there was one point in the race where the 3 guys behind you were having a proper battle, and you went from being 1.5 seconds ahead to about 7.5. And then did you have to serve a drive-through at your first, not a drive-through, a time penalty at your first stop?
Yeah, because I can't pit. I slowed right down. I thought it was 37, wasn't it? I think I went to 50. I don't know why. I'm an idiot. But so I had a 5-second penalty. But I looked at the radar and I saw them squabbling. So I thought I'm going to go in rich mix now. I'm going to push as far as I can. And then when Joe was catching me at the back. At the end of the race, 27, 28, 29, I think he got the gap down to 1.4. I saved a bit of rich mix and I was always going to use it in like 28 just to try and break his neck a bit. Well, not break his neck, you know what I mean? Just to say, hang on, I've still got some to offer here. So I went rich mix at 28, took the gap back to 2.2, and that was it really.
Good stuff. So you were just teasing with not only him but us on commentary as well.
Yeah,
all right.
just I had plenty in the bank to use.
Good stuff. Woma, we were almost expecting you to obviously you got past Boogster, but we were expecting you to say he's got to lose his front wing at some point between now and the end of the race. But no, you kept it clean, 25 points in the bag, and you've probably deserved that one.
Yeah, well, from the first round I probably should have got it, and the last couple of rounds have just been stupid, but yeah, that one was just the perfect race with Ali Diaz. I don't really know what happened. It was going into the chicane just after the Sector 1 split. I think I had to brake a lot earlier because the two cars in front of me broke a lot earlier, but he didn't realise that and actually clipped a bit of my rear end and spun him, and then he decided to do that, extend the wet stint, which is probably the better thing to do because the inters were better towards the end, but he left too late. If he'd come in like 8 or 9, he would have been better. But yeah, on the last couple of races, I think I deserved something, so I'm happy with that tonight.
Good stuff. And Cloudy, we've obviously you moved down from the top tier last season, so the pinnacle tier, which is the middle one this season. You enjoying it a lot more? You seem to be up there in the top 5 a lot.
Yeah, generally, last season we were quite uncompetitive compared to the likes of Odems, MLA, BSAS, who just got so much out of their car that us in the pinnacle tier couldn't really. So, yeah, it's good to show that we're not always at the back and we can take the fight forward.
Good stuff. And all right, Kian, over to you again. 5th place. You must have been delighted. One thing I want to ask you though, twice or 3 times you let your teammate through. I take it that was an orchestrated move, yeah?
Well, there's no communication between us, but I just felt he would be able to catch them up and then possibly battle them, and then that would allow me to, because I wasn't closing fast enough, so if I could battle, I could probably slip through, which I did with Malloy and almost did with Mali, so it worked.
A couple times he got the move a bit wrong, and you were actually able to re-overtake him, and you had to let him through again to get the job done. But even when Malloy passed you were able to hold on to him within DRS. Does that give you confidence?
Yeah, I think it does. When Malloy overtook me, it was kind of turning more and more dry, and that was where I was struggling. And then once it turned fully dry, it was my pace was probably faster than Malloy's. But before, while it was transitioning, I had no pace. I was probably the slowest on the circuit. So, yeah. Your
teammate came in. I called it. I kept saying, why aren't these guys pitting for dry? It really looks like it's dry. Your teammate comes in. I thought, oh, he's gonna be the first one, and he puts a set of inters on again. So obviously you weren't communicating, but I think that's why he was in the position he was in. But you kept it steady, no penalties, and jumped up to 5th.
Yeah, that was my plan the whole time, just to sit behind them, because I knew because it's quite a lot. Well, you can get a lot of penalties around here, so I just basically just sat behind them and just said, look, if I don't overtake them, then I'll probably get them on penalties. It was a risky strategy, but it worked out, so I'll take 5th. Good
stuff. All right, Odems, you were in the drivers' press conference this week. Did you enjoy your question?
I did. I felt like the press conference was lacking in quality compared to what it usually is. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Could be something else, but I felt it was. I have to go. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Julian, obviously your first season at F1 TS Hub last week obviously wasn't ideal, but a couple of two podiums I believe now in the first opening 4 races. Are you happy with that? We've got some mic issues. Julian, can you hear?
Sorry, my mic is broke.
Oh, okay. We can hear you again. All right, we'll come back. Tejwar. Back over to you. Obviously you moved down from the pinnacle tier. Do you find that you're enjoying the challenge of the podium tier more, and it suits your pace more?
I don't think it's a case of suiting my pace. I think it's also a case of suiting where I am in my life at the moment. You know, I've got 2 young kids, a wife. You know, I'm in my early 30s now. I'm not a younger racer, if you will, where I can dedicate myself to 3, 4, 6 nights a week. It works out just right for me. Obviously, a lot of it is to do with practice. But when you've raced most tracks for the best part of 10, 15 years, you know them like the back of your hand, anyway. You know where to gain and lose pace and how to race and when to pit and what have you. So I think it's just a big case of I'm probably not going to be the quickest. I won't be the quickest, but I think I can try and be the shrewdest, if you will, and use that to my advantage. But yeah, it's definitely a more level playing field with regards to myself. Don't get me wrong, it's a shame the Prestige season didn't work out for myself, and you know, me and Gazza, we've got a good rapport with each other and could have done good things then. Not rule out that we could do good things in the future, but I'm focused on this season, hopefully mounting a title challenge, winning another race, another 2, and seeing where it goes with 2 or 3 races to go, so you can hold the nerve.
Good stuff. And obviously during the week, all the drivers across all 3 tiers were asked, basically, do they want the safety car turned off after the events of Singapore and Canada, or do they want to keep it on? The majority vote came back that it wanted it on. And what I'm interested to know is, it worked tonight. That's one of the first times I've seen it proper work. The safety car came out when it was required. It did its job. The whole field bunched up. Had that not happened, do you think you still could have won tonight?
I don't think I'd have won, but I don't think I'd have been far off. I think if you look at the way people were battling and getting themselves into squabbles, I'd have probably gone on to the super softs and gone ultra softs to the end. I'd have probably maybe got 5th, 6th, probably ahead of that Hurstow guy, because I noticed he went a bit too long on his tyres. That's the thing, I'm always analysing during the races, trying to find out who's going where, who's doing what. I don't think a lot of other drivers do that, especially in this tier. Obviously we get to Prestige and Pinnacle, it's second nature, because it has to be, because that's how competitive and quickly. I think it's good that it stayed. I think when people wait all week to race, especially 20 people, you lose your wing or what have you, you know, and the safe car comes out, it saves your race. And at the end of the day, we're all here to race, we're all here to be entertained. We're not here to turn up, get crashed out the first corner and other race ruin. So I think it adds an element of surprise and expectancy and throws up results like we've seen today.
Good stuff. Woma, is this where your championship challenge starts?
It's over. I don't have a chance. It's Boogsters or Ali Diaz is to win. If they don't win it, I'd be shocked. Those are the 2 to win it. I have no chance.
But do you think Boogster, obviously he's got a run of 15 podiums now? He's got to have a bad race at some point.
You'd hope so, but if you've gone 16 races without not
just finishing on the
podium, yeah, I'll not do that. But I just think he gets Ali Diaz has finally not got the luck going for him, and yeah, I have to agree. Boogster will kind of start losing that luck element of others' bad setups or bad strategies. But really, I don't see him. I could see him doing another 2 or 3 and then losing it, maybe around 19 or 20. But I think he will take the streak on for quite a while.
Yeah, and yeah, it's. I think if you're not involved in it, you will definitely play a part in it. And as you mentioned last time I spoke to you in the chat show, you said Ali Diaz has had it all his own way from pole or front row. whereas today we saw he qualified in 6th, and he struggled a little bit in the race, and obviously that tyre strategy that he did wasn't the best either.
This is what I was saying to my friends after. I think what he tried to do was the best thing to do, because I think I was on like 76% worn inters when I came in for my ultras, and I'm pretty sure Bookster was about the same when he came in, and Sam got a puncture about 3% more than me. So what Ali Diaz did was actually quite smart, but if he'd come in 2 laps earlier, I'd say he would have got a podium. But it's simply because he tried to stretch them too long, and then ended up being overtaken by me and the Bookster. It just cost him too much.
Good stuff. Alright, Cloudy, back to you. Obviously you're working on this project which you haven't told us too much about, but perhaps you can give us a little teaser on what you're working on.
I think we all know what it is.
I think Odems is getting a bit excited about that, I know that. But I can't really say too much. It'll be ready in a few months. It's not quite there yet. So, yeah, it's coming along nicely now, so I'll keep giving you teasers when I can. And yeah, I might be just playing the Fool's game for Odems, but yeah.
Alrighty. Obviously, I remember at the start of the season you were toying between 2 leagues. After tonight, are you happy you chose this one to race in on Friday?
Oh, easily. Yeah, this is. I love the fact that you've got the pre-race interviews, and it's just more about the Formula One life in general with this league, and it's. I'm trying to find the words for it. Really, it's just so amazing that there's so much effort put in.
Yeah.
Yes, Cloudy.
Good
Very
stuff.
well said.
It's
Thank
as
you very
close to
much.
it's as close to making you feel as a racer as possible, like your post-race interview, your pre-race interview, Odem's being the cocky PR guy asking questions that you shouldn't really ask, but you'll ask anyway.
I get it back.
A lot of thanks got to go to Nick, Jono, and Igbo.
Igbo, yeah, that's correct.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one. So I think you do a great job.
Thank you very much, guys. Odems, care to return any fire about your questions?
I will in due time. I mean, we haven't been in the conference yet. It'll happen soon. Everyone will get there.
Good stuff. And obviously, 2nd place. First of all, do you know what happened to Charles?
No clue. My guess is that he bottled it as usual and lost a bit of his front wing. And when he went into the pits, I imagine when he went into the pits, he didn't pick yes to repair wing damage, so they just didn't fix his wing. So he just thought there's no point anymore. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
So
and the gap came down at the end to BSAS. Do you think he always had the pace over you? You were so close to pole position as well.
I think BSAS for sure, like, towards the end. In the wet, he was in a different class. I was nowhere near him. That was impressive. He just side through me and Flair. But in the dry, I would say we're equal, but I imagine that he already done his work, in the wet. He'd already done half the job. He had no penalties at that point. He didn't really need to push or anything. So I'm not going to delude myself into saying that I legitimately closed a 5.4 second gap to 1.2. Against the champion, but yeah, I think he always had it in the bag.
And pole position, it was so close, half a tenth.
It was, yeah. I fueled for 2 laps, but I went out too late, so I think my time was a bit there. But yeah, it was a good lap from Flair. I think that lap was about 9/10 quicker than last season's lap, so it just shows the improvement from everyone. So yeah, close to pole position. I haven't got one since season 9, but yeah, happy with 2nd.
Good stuff. Julian, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, all is fine.
Good stuff. So what I want to ask, obviously your first season at F1 TS Hub, are you enjoying it?
Obviously, yeah, I do it. All the stuff you guys are doing for this league is kind of amazing. I never experienced something like that before, and that's why I subscribed for F1 TS Hub, and yeah, I hope for some more races like that today.
And 2 podiums. What are your goals for the season?
Difficult question. I'd say I go race by race, and take as many podiums as possible, and maybe a win when it's there.
Good stuff. Yeah, I definitely think a win could be on the taking. Do you prefer, because on Thursday you were so quick in the wet? Do you like driving in the wet? Do you feel comfortable?
Maybe on the full wets, but on the inters, I'm sliding around everywhere, I'd say. My tires were completely dead, and I was kind of happy that the rain stopped and that we could change to dry tires.
Good stuff. All right, last question for you, Tejwar. Who do you see your main rivals being for the rest of the season?
Jory, the other Jory, and I have to say Reza. I think he's one who goes under the radar. I think he's always there or thereabouts doing his thing, and he'll pick up the point. Rex, I suppose. Obviously this was my first race in the podium tier, so I'm just getting the feelers for it. I mean, there's obviously a couple I'm familiar with, in good ways and bad ways. I see. I mean, look at the way Greenfin retired today. I mean, you played that off pretty well in commentary. And Nutter just drove straight into the wall. Yeah, I'd say the ones that I said, Jory and Jory, especially Jor and Jory, however it goes. Them two especially.
Good stuff. All right, we'll wish you the best of luck next week. Wilma, your tier always seems to throw up some exciting racing. You enjoying your time at F1 TS Hub?
Yes, but it's just like it's just when you try something new and you get used to it, and I'm still trying to get used to all the press conferences and all that, because I just get a bit confused when I go around the website, to be honest with you. But the racing's always very, very good. It's always quick. It's always different. You never really have the same race. Like the first race, it was just kind of a boring stalemate. The second race, it was just everyone everywhere, and I binned it. The third race, I was battling for like 20 odd laps. The fourth race, I binned it in the last corner, and this race, I led for like 20 odd laps. So really, it's everything, and that's all you can ask in a league. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Good stuff. Cloudy, where can you go from here? What's your goals for the rest of the season? A few more podiums, or you going to try and sneak that win out of this tier?
I mean, I think it's possible. At the start of the season, we were having issues everywhere. We were struggling to warm up the tyres. We had problems with the balance of the car, which affected the whole team motivation, really. The food wasn't really good, the travel was bad and all that. But since Canada, where we've been really nailing it, we've been having a great season. I mean, in Singapore, we managed to make 6 pit stops and still finish 4th place. This race, we've got a podium, so the only way is up, and next race will be definitely targeting even higher.
Good stuff, and of course we wish you the best of luck with that. Kian, 5th place. Is this where your prestige tier kind of starts from here? Put the rest behind you?
Yeah, I think so. Russia from last season was where I, of course, made the mistake, and then I won my first race in Spain, and then my season kick-started from there. So hopefully I can do exactly the same thing this season. USA's a good track for me, and then I can't remember what's after that. So hopefully, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Good stuff. Just another thing, MLA, of course, your fellow esports driver, didn't have the best of races. Do you know what happened? Did he just bottle qualifying and just wasn't able? I know he had an incident with, I think, Temp Fear as well in the first lap.
Yeah, I wasn't in a party with him, but I know he got an invalid lap time, well, 2 invalid lap times, so that's why he had to start last. And he had an incident with Temp Fear on the first lap, had to pit for a new wing, and yeah, had to recover from there. But he's a good driver, and he'll bounce back from it, I'm sure.
Just as you have. Also, I see a lot of banter between you and the Bookster. Is there a little bit of bromance going on there?
It's love.
I think he's missing Kev, so he's decided to come to me. So.
Booty call.
Bit on the side, are you?
No, I'm trying to end his streak. That streak needs to go, and soon.
Good stuff. Odems, where to start with you? What you gonna do? You have a few bad races. I don't think you'll be in the stewards office this week, though.
No, I wasn't anywhere near anyone at all at any point.
I'll put you in the
Maybe that's
stewards
best.
Yeah, maybe that was best. Preferably at the front, with no one in front of me. But yeah, that is good. I think that everyone in the prestige tier except for Beast should be ashamed of themselves that they let a sick person finish ahead of them. That's all I want to say.
I missed that last bit. You let what get ahead of them?
A sick person, like fresh out of the hospispital, whacked in the podium. Shall be ashamed.
Too much morphine. I think it's giving you a bit of extra pace.
Give me some more.
Must be.
You'll ask me tomorrow message saying what happened yesterday.
Won't know where you finished.
Good stuff. All right, finally, Julian, to you. Of the tracks remaining, which ones are you most looking forward to?
Indy 500.
Indy 500.
Sorry, I couldn't hear the question because of my mic.
I was just asking, what tracks are you most looking forward to left on the calendar for this season?
I haven't really looked at the calendar, to be honest.
Oh, okay. What's next, guys? USA?
You don't even know either.
We've got
Yeah,
Indy, baby.
Yeah. I think then we had the Canada rerun. I'm not sure.
Yeah, USA, then Canada rerun.
In
not sure on the
USA,
rest.
I'm really
Can't
good,
remember.
I'd say. I'm practicing, at the moment I'm practicing for another league and I'm learning no TC. And I'm hoping to do that till the race then. And that will make me a bit faster, I hope.
Good stuff. All right, boys. Thank you all for joining me, and well done today in all of your races. You all had a good one. And of course, you can vote for Driver of the Day over on Twitter at F1TS Hub. So make sure you go over there, and I'm sure some of you guys will be up for nomination. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back next Friday for the podium tier, pinnacle tier, and prestige tier. And then, of course, we'll have another late night talk show. So, guys, best of luck next week, and I will speak to you soon.